dark country, forgotten, bound to the darkness of the earth. At night, what is there to do but seek English comfort? Warm, soft, is still the comfort that the thrust into the nooks, the crannies and the crooks of England, alone, frightened, nameless in the stinking hole of hell. Take me inside of you, whoever you are. Take me in my comfort, and we'll remember England together.
Fuck it. Let's start in the stomach, in the mind. H fits in and out of the corner. Something you've eaten long ago. Roast beef. Salt. Ready to cook. I don't know why, did it? Love, I suppose.
A giant canoe drifts onto the sea, clouds billowing from upright oars. This is a dream which has lost its way. Best to leave it alone.
Was it necessary to cross 15,000 miles of ocean to erect another tide road?
I should think it'd make the convicts feel at home.
This land is under English law. The court found them guilty and sentenced them accordingly. There, aboard Icorelia.
But hanging?
Only the 3 who were found guilty from stealing from the colony stores. And over there, on the eucalyptus, a flock of Cacatoa gallerita, the sulphur-crested cockatoo. You have been made Governor-in-Chief of a paradise of birds, Arthur.
I hope not for human hell, lady. Don't you get, Watkin? Let's observe them. Could we not be more humane?
Justice and humaneness have never gone hand in hand. The law is not a sentimental comedy.
I am not suggesting the convicts go without punishment. It's the spectacle of hanging I object to. The convicts will feel nothing has changed and will go back to their old ways.
The convicts never left their old ways, Governor, nor do they intend to.
3 months is not long enough to decide that. You're speaking too loud, Watkin.
I commend your endeavour to oppose the baneful influences of vice with the harmonising arts of civilization, Governor. But I suspect your edifice will collapse without the mortar of fear.
These men lost all fear of being flogged.
John Ascot's already been sentenced to 150 lashes for assault.
Yes, the shoulder blades are exposed at 100 lashes. I say that somewhere between 250 and 500 lashes. They're condemning a man to death anyway.
With the disadvantage that death is slow, unobserved, and cannot serve as a sharp example.
Harry, convicts laugh at it, sir. They watch them all the time.
They're afraid of form of entertainment, I should say.
Perhaps because they've never been offered anything else.
Perhaps we should build an opera house for the convicts.
We learn to love such things because they were offered to us when we were children or young men. Surely no one is born naturally cultured. Yes, I'll have a go now, Harry.
We don't even have any books here, except for the odd play and a few Bibles, and most of the convicts can't read, so let us return to the matter in hand, which is the punishment of the convicts and not their education.
Who are the condemned men, Harry?
Thomas Bareham, aged 17, transported 7 years for stealing 1 new ship.
17.
It does seem to prove that criminal tendencies are innate.
Proves nothing.
James Freeman, aged 25, Irish, transported 14 years for attacking a sailor at Chapel Dock.
I'm surprised he wasn't hanged in England.
Andy Baker, Marine thieves ringleader.
He pleaded that it was wrong to put the Marines and the convicts on the same rations and that he could not work on stolen food. He almost swayed us.
I do believe that was an unfortunate decision. My men are in a ferment of discontent.
Our Governor-in-Chief would say it's justice, and so it is. It's also justice to hang these men.
The sooner the better, I believe. There is much excitement in the colony about the hangings. It's their theatre, Governor. You cannot change that.
I would prefer them to see real plays. Fine language, sentiment.
And no doubt Garrett relished in the prospect of 8 months at sea, or for the pleasure of entertaining a group of convicts and the old savage.
Never liked Garrick. I always preferred Macklin.
I'm a Kemble man myself. We will need a hangman.
Harry, you have to organise the hangings. We should find someone who agrees to fill that hideous office.
Shot! Shot! It is my belief the hanging should take place tomorrow. The quick execution of justice for the good of the colony, Governor.
The good of the colony. Oh look! We frightened the kangaroo!
There is one Dorothy Handland, 82, who stole a biscuit from Robert Sideway.
Oh well, surely we don't have to hang an 82-year-old woman.
That will be unnecessary. She hanged herself this morning.
When shall I be able to hear from you? All the officers dine with the governor. I have never heard of any one single person having so great a power vested in him as Captain Phillips has by the Commissioner-in-Chief of New South Wales. Dined on the collision, but the mutton which had been caught yesterday morning was full of maggots. Nothing will keep on for 24 hours in this dismal country I find. Went out shooting after breakfast. Only shot one cockatoo. They're the most beautiful birds. Major Ross ordered one of the corporals to flog with the rover, Elizabeth Morgan, for being impertinent to the Captain Campbell. The corporal did not play with her, but laid it home, which I was very pleased to see. She has long been fishing for it. Sunday, as usual, kissed your dear beloved image 1,000 times. Was very much frightened by the lightning as it broke in my tent. Several of the convicts have run away. First Lieutenant soon. Harry. I saw the light on the hotel. I was writing my journal. Is anything the matter? No. Just came in. Talk. You know. If I wrote a journal about my life, it would fill volumes. Volumes. My travels with the captain. His Excellency now, no less, Governor-in-Chief, power to raise armies, build cities. I still call him Grand Captain Philip. He likes it for me. It's the war in America. Before that, Ralph, my life in London. Bound to fit a volume on its own. Not that you would call it good life. Sometimes I look at the convicts and I think, one of those could be you. Harry Brewer, if I didn't join the Navy when I did. Some of the officers look down on me now. But what if they found out I used to be an ambassador? Harry, you should keep these things to yourself. You're right, Ralph. I think the captain suspects. But he's a good man. He looks for different things in a man. Like what? Hard to say. He likes to see something unusual. Ralph, I saw Wertenbaker last night. You hanged him a month ago. He had a rope, Ralph. He's come back. It was a dream. Sometimes I think my dreams are real, but they're not. Will you stay on the ship? Calling for your excellency. Don't speak her name on this iniquitous shore. Kathryn's gone silent on me again. I know it's because of Wertenbaker. I saw him as well as I see you, Ralph. Kathryn wants me, you see. Even if you banned them. At least your poker's dancer's last shivvy, I said. At least as young and straight, he said. She likes that. I went for him, Ralph. He's gone. He's going to come back. He did steal that food from the stores. I voted with the rest of the court those men should be hanged. I did not know His Excellency would be against it. Kathryn says she never feels anything. How do I know she doesn't feel something within? It was a hang to get rid of him. But I didn't, Ralph. I didn't. Do you know I saved her life? She was sentenced to be hanged. And you gave for stealing 2 candlesticks. but I'll get her name on the transport list. May I remind you of this? She said she wouldn't have cared. 18 years old. She didn't care if she was turned off. These were only sold before they're 10. The captain says we should treat them with kindness.
How can you treat such women with kindness? Why does he think that?
All the officers find it disgusting, Ralph. Have you ever been tempted?
Never! His Excellency never seems to notice me. He finds time for Davy Collins and Lieutenant Dawes.
That's because David Collins is writing about the customs of the Indians here. Lieutenant Dawes is recording the stars.
I could write about the Indians.
He did suggest to Captain Tench that we do something to educate the convicts. Put on a play or something. Captain Tench just laughed. He doesn't like Captain Tench.
A play? Who would act in a play?
Convicts, of course. He was thinking about talking to Lieutenant Johnson. Lieutenant Johnson wants to study plants.
I read the tragedy of Lady Jane Grey on the ship. It was the most moving, uplifting play. But how could a whore play Lady Jane?
Some of these women are good women, Ralph. I believe my duckhead is good. Only she would look at me. Once. React. Who wants to fuck a corpse? I'm sorry, Ralph. I didn't mean to shock you. I have shocked you, haven't I? I'll go.
Is His Excellency serious about putting on a play?
Let the captain decide something, Ralph.
If I went from... No, it would be better if you did, Harry. You could tell His Excellency how much I liked the theatre.
No, I didn't know that, Ralph. I'll tell him.
And Duckling could be in it if you wanted.
I will write to be looked at all the way.
His Excellency doesn't like Lady Jane. We could find something else. A comedy, perhaps.
I'll talk to her, Ralph. I like you. It's good to talk. Don't think I killed him then.
Who?
Andy Baker.
No, Harry, you did not kill Hattie Baker.
Thank you, Ralph.
Oh, Harry, you won't forget to talk to His Excellency about the play.
We are doing this with Lieutenant. Where am
I've asked to see some women play certain parts in the play.
I play, Lieutenant. I'll play any part you like. Nothing of this metal. As I got my name. She make.
The play is for particular parts for young women.
You don't want a young with your peculiar, Lieutenant. They don't know nothing. Just shut your eyes up, please. Ties of
No, you don't understand, Locke. Here's a play. It's called The Recruiting Officer.
Well, I can do that too.
What?
Recruiting. Anybody you like. You want women? You ask me. So you want?
I would like to try some out.
Good idea, Lieutenant. Good idea.
Now, if you don't mind... if you don't mind... No!
We thought you were a match girl.
What?
You know, a futon. A molly. A pretty girl. A girl. You haven't no shelag on the ship. Not really either. But on the ship, maybe you sees it. But what his mum said, now here you want a lot of women, all at once. Glad to hear that, Lieutenant. I am. You let me know when you're Meg. Oh, shitty Meg.
Ah! Mr. Clark! I'm calling you Mr. Clark
As one calls Mr. Garrick. Mr. Garrick. We have not had the pleasure of meeting before.
I've seen you on the ship.
Different circumstances, best forgotten. I was once a gentleman. My fortune has turned. The wheel. I hear you're putting on a play. Ah, the theatre. Drury Lane. Mr. Garrick. The lovely Peg Woffington. He was so cruel to her. She was so pale.
Say you were a gentleman, Tyburn.
To my pressure. Pickpocket. Born and bred in Bermondsey. Do you know London, sir? Don't you miss it? In these, my darkest hours, I'm in my happy time in that great city. London bridge at dawn, hand of cold iron for good luck. Down Cheapside, with the market traders, never refuse a mince pie. In St. Paul's churchyard, I do love good church. Then off to work in Bond Street. There, I spot her. Rich, plump, not the best of her class. Stands in front of the shop, plucking up courage. I pluck her. Time for coffee until 5 o'clock. And then the glory, the pinnacle of the day, Drury Lane, the coaches, the actors scuttling, the gentlemen watching, the ladies tittering, the clothes, the perfumes, the handkerchiefs. Here, Miss Clark, you see the skill. Ah, Mr. Clark, I beg you, I entreat you to let me perform on your stage, to let me feel once again the thrill of a play about to begin. Ah, I Major Woffington, Siddons. Ladies, I shall wait your word of command, Mr. Clark. I will be in the wings.
You want to see Mary Brennan, Lieutenant? Here she is.
Yes, yes. The governor has asked me to put on a play. Do you know what a play is?
I've seen lots of plays, Lieutenant. So has Mary.
Have you, Brennan?
Yeah.
Do you remember which plays you've seen?
I can't remember what they were called, but I always knew when it was going to end badly. I mean, right from the start. How does this one end, Lieutenant?
This one ends happily. It's called The Recruiting Officer.
Mary wants to be in my play, Lieutenant, and so do I.
You think you have a talent for acting, Brennan?
Of course she does, and so do I. I want to play Mary's friend.
Do you know The Recruiting Officer, Brian?
No. Then this place is always a friend. That's because a girl has to talk to someone, and she talks to a friend. You are playing Mary's friend.
Sylvia! That's the part I want to try Brennan for. She didn't have a friend. She has a cousin, but they don't get on with each other.
Oh. Well, Mary don't always like me.
Reverend Johnson tells me you can read and write, Brennan.
She went to school until she was 10. She used to read to us on the ship. We loved it. It put us to sleep.
Shall we try reading some? I meant out loud, like you do from the ship. I'll help you. I'll play Justice Balance. That's your father.
Don't she have a sweetheart?
Yes, but this is with her father.
Well, what's the name of her lover?
Captain Plume.
Captain Mary.
Start here, Brennan.
Whilst there is life, there is hope, sir. Well, like that, Lieutenant. This is a good play, I can tell.
Shh, he hasn't finished. Go on, Brennan. That was good.
Whilst there is life, there is hope, sir. Perhaps my brother may recover.
Excellent, Brennan. Very good. Now, I'll read. We have little reason to expect it. Poor I am, but the decree is just. For I was pleased with the death of my father, because he left me an estate, and now I am punished with the death of an heir to inherit mine. This is a comedy. They don't really mean it. It's to make people laugh. The death of your brother makes your soul heiress into my estate, which you know is about £1,200 a year.
£1,200? It must be a comedy.
My desire to be punctual in my obedience grows that you would be playing in your command, sir.
Well said, Mary, well said.
I think that's enough. You read very well. Would you also be able to make a copy of the play? Will you bring that to me?
Of course you will. The way I like me, Lieutenant, because it.
Can you read, Brian?
Those marks in the book, Lieutenant. Well, I can read other things. I read dreams very well, Lieutenant. Very well.
I don't think you're right for Melinda. I'm thinking of someone else, and seems you can't read.
Now you'll read me the lines.
But there's Rose.
Rose. What had a name? I'll be Rose. Who's she?
She's a country girl.
I grew up in Devon, Lieutenant. I'm perfect for Rose. What does she do?
She, well, it's complicated. She falls in love with Sylvia. Because she thinks Sylvia's a man. And, she sleeps with her. With Rose. With Rose as well. Sylvia too. But nothing happens.
They don't. Nothing.
Because she thinks Sylvia is a man. Which, of course, they can't.
Play the flute. She ain't the only one around here, Lieutenant. I'll be Rose.
I would like to hear you.
I don't name a line yet, Lieutenant. When I name my lines, you can hear me do them. I'm married.
I didn't say you could. I'm not certain I want you in this play, Brian.
Yes, you do, Lieutenant. Mary will read me the lines. And I will read your dreams.
Ah, here comes your cousin. Melinda, Sylvia's cousin.
Kind of her in play, Lieutenant.
Why not?
You don't have to be able to read the future to know that Liz Morden's going to be home.
I understand you want me in your play, Lieutenant. Is that it? I'll look at it and let you know.
A play. Britain play.
Hey, yeah!
To celebrate the King's birthday on June the 4th.
Friggin' ship doesn't appear soon, we'll all be struck with stricken starvation. And you play.
Not putting on the play won't fix my ship, Robbie.
And you say you want these contumelious convicts acting the play? The convicts?
Hey, discipline's bad. Very bad. You know
Right.
discipline.
They have 7 parts for women. We have no others.
Your wise exception.
Why would force anything of that nature? After all, actors are not famed for their morals.
Neither are all women convicts.
How can they be when some of our officers set them up as mistresses?
Filthy, thieving, lying whores. Now have to watch them fuck flitty wares on the stage.
Well, no one will be forced to watch the play.
Ah, I do believe there's a partial lunar eclipse that night. Yes, I should have to watch that. The sky of the southern hemisphere is full of wonders. Have you looked at the constellations?
Constellations, plays. There's a convict colony. Prisoners are here to be punished. Constellations, Jimmy. Constellations.
Marines! Marines! Wall! No discipline! Hey, the service is majesty.
Thank you, Campbell. Yes, we are indeed here to supervise the convicts who are already being punished by their long exile. Surely they can also be reformed.
We are talking about criminals, often hardened criminals.
Hey,
They
hey.
have a habit of vice and crime. Many criminals seem to be born that way. It's in their nature.
Rousseau would say that we've made them that way, Watson. Man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains.
But Rousseau was a French.
Frenchman!
French!
Oh, what do you expect from a
You
Frenchman?
must Swiss, actually.
Hey, good on you, Swiss.
Surely you believe that man can be redeemed, Reverend?
By the grace of God and belief in the true church, yes. But Christ never imposed putting on plays to his disciples. However, he didn't forbid it either. It must depend on the play.
He did propose treating sinners, especially women who had sinned, with compassion. Most of the women convicts had committed small crimes, a tiny theft.
We know about your compassion. I have to say, passion for the women convicts.
But a crime is a crime. You commit a crime or you don't.
Hey,
If you commit a crime, you are a criminal.
criminal.
Surely that is logical.
Right.
It's like the savages. They are savages because they behave in a savage manner. To expect anything else would be foolish. They can't even build a proper canoe.
They can be educated.
Actually, they seem happy enough as they are. They do not want to build canoes or houses, nor do they suffer from greed and ambition.
Which can't be said for our convicts. But really, I don't see what this has to do with the play. It's, at most, a passable diversion. An entertainment to while away the hours of the idle.
Hey, the convict! Burn my guns! There you let them. No discipline!
We're whiling away precious hours now. Put the play on, don't put it on. It won't change our shape of the universe.
But it could change the nature of our little society.
My dear Ralph, A bunch of convicts making fools of themselves, mouthing words written no doubt by some London ass. It's hardly going to change our society.
George was not an ass, and he was from Ireland.
Listen to an Irishman!
And he was an officer of the Grenadiers.
Never liked the Marines. Grenadiers, never liked them.
A grenade.
Cowards.
An old recruiting officer.
I saw it in London, I believe. Yes, very funny if I remember. Sergeant Kite, the devious way he used to serve his captain.
What is the plot, Ralph?
It is about this recruiting officer and his friend, and they fall in love with these two young ladies from Shrewsbury. And after some difficulties, they marry them.
It sanctions early matrimony.
Oh yes, yes it does.
That wouldn't do the convicts any harm. I'm having such trouble getting them to marry. They're the sordid habitation of those.
Marriages, plays, why not a ball for the convicts?
Hey, boxing! Well, some of the convicts will have finished their sentence in a few years. They will become members of society again, and have created a new society in this colony. Should we therefore not encourage them to think and feel in a responsible and free manner?
I don't see how a play about two lovers would do that.
Hey, two lovers! The theatre is an expression of civilization. We belong to a great country. We have spawned great playwrights. Shakespeare, Marlowe, Johnson, and even in his own time, Sheridan. The convicts will be speaking a refined, literate language, expressing sentiments of a delicacy they are not used to. We teach them that there is more to life than crime, punishment. We, this colony of a few hundred, will be watching together. For a few hours we will no longer be despised convicts and hated jailers. We will laugh, we may be moved, and we may even think a little. Can you suggest anything which would provide such an evening, Watkin?
Map in the Stars is me, more don't personally.
I don't think it's a good idea having the convicts laugh at us officers.
Hey, it's a condemnation! Hey, no discipline! Laughing!
You want this vice-ridden vermin to enjoy themselves?
They would only laugh at Sergeant Kite.
And Captain Bloom is the most attractive and noble fellow.
He is not loose, is he, Ralph? I hear many of these plays about rapes and encourage loose morals in women. They do get married before... that is before... and for the right reasons.
They marry for love and to secure wealth.
That's all.
I would simply say that if you want to build a civilization, there are more important things than a play. If you want to teach a convict something, teach them to farm, to build houses, teach them a sense of respect for property, teach them fish so they don't eat weak captains one night. But above all, teach them to work, not to sit around and laugh at a comedy.
The Greeks believed it was... That's enough. The Greeks believed it was a citizen's duty to watch a play. It was a kind of work in that it required attention, judgment, patience. These are all social virtues.
And the Greeks were conquered by more practical Romans,
Indeed, the Romans built their bridges, but they also spent many centuries wishing they were Greeks. And they, after all, were conquered by barbarians, or by their own small and corrupt spirits.
So, are you saying that Rome wouldn't have fallen if the theatre had been better?
Why not? In my own small way, in just a few hours, I have seen something change. I have asked some of the women convicts to read some lines. These women who have behaved often no better than animals. It seems to me that one or two of them, I'm not saying all of them, not all, but one or two of them, reading the well-balanced lines of Mr. Parkwood, they seem to acquire a dignity. They seem to lose some of their corruption. There was one, Mary Brennan. She read so well. Perhaps this play will keep her from selling herself from the first Marine who offers her bread.
She'll sell herself to him.
That's the way the wind blows, isn't it?
Speak about her. But in a small way, this could affect the convicts and even ourselves. We could forget our worries about the supplies, the hangings and the floggings, and imagine ourselves in London, in the theatre, with our wives and children. And that is, we could transcend. We could transcend the darker, or we could transcend the brutality, and remember our better nature, and remember
England.
England.
Lieutenant learned to speak.
You must have a history.
You're making claims that cannot be substantiated, Ralph. It's 2 hours, possibly of amusement, possibly of boredom, and we'll lose the labour of the convicts. During the time they learn to play, it's a waste, and unnecessarily waste.
I'm still concerned about the content.
The content of the play is irrelevant.
Even if it teaches insubordination, disobedience, and revolution.
Since we have agreed it can do no harm, since it might possibly do some good, since the only person violently opposed to it is Major Ross, for reasons he has not made quite clear, I suggest we allow Ralph to rehearse his play. Does anyone disagree?
Aye!
Your disagreement.
Aye!
Thank you. Doors. Doors, do come back to Earth and honour us with your attention for a moment.
What? No, play. Why not? As long as I don't have the object.
Johnson.
On board.
Attention.
Waste of time.
The Reverend our moral guide has no objections.
Of course, I've read it.
Davy, this is not an object summing up. This is typical of your high-handed manner!
I don't think you're one to accuse others of a high-handed manner.
Gentlemen, please.
The Governor, I believe, is for the play, and I myself am convinced it will prove a most interesting experiment. So, let us conclude with our good wishes to Ralph for a successful production.
I will not accept this. Your willy-wally wobbly words. Greeks, Romans, experiment. Or to get your own way. But I know this play. Order will become disorder. The theatre leads to threatening theory. And you, Governor, you have His Majesty's commission to build castles, cities, raise armies, not fandangle around with a lewdy play. Are you right to the Admiralty?
You are out of turn, Robbie.
Confusion.
Why is Bobby so upset? So much fussing.
Major Ross will never forgive me that. I have summed up the feelings of the assembled company, Arthur, but the last word must be yours.
The last word, gentlemen, will be play.
It's almost beginning to look like a town duck. Look, there's the captain's house. I can see him in his garden. You could have had a better name for it. Bobsbury, Blacktown, Dublin Cove, eh? Courthouse looks impressive blue brick. So it has. The Home Secretary. There's Lieutenant Lord's Observatory. Why don't you look that way? Trees look more friendly than me. Did you know the eucalyptus tree can't be found anywhere else in the world? Captain Collins told me that. Isn't that interesting? Lieutenant Clark says the 3 orange trees are doing well. Challenge is what I know. Things are being stolen. He's too busy with the plate to have a look. Would you like to go and see the orange trees that way? I thought you'd enjoy perhaps your outside of Dublin. I thought it would remind you of growing on the Thames. Look how beautiful it was in Dublin. Say something, Dublin.
If I were rowing on the Thames, I'd be free.
This isn't Newgate, Dublin.
I wish it was.
Dublin.
Lisa Jailer of Newgate left you alone and you can talk to people.
Well, let me talk to you, women.
Esther Abraham, Mary Brennan.
They're good women.
I have nothing to say for women, Harry. My friends are in the women's camp.
It's not the woman you're after in the women's camp. The Marines have come looking for butter. I know you. You should have your army now. Another soldier. Marine. A corporal. You've found some already, haven't you? Where'd you go? Down the beach. In my tent like with Wertenbaker. Where? Under the trees.
You know I hate trees. Don't be so filthy.
Filthy? You're filthy, you filthy whore! I'm sorry, darling. Why can't you just be with me? I'll do anything for you, you know that. What do you want, darling?
I don't get watched all the time. I wake up in the middle of the night and you're watching me. What do you think I'm doing in my sleep, Harry? Watching, watching, watching. Just stop watching me!
You want to leave me? Alright, go. Go and live in a woman's cabin. Sell yourself to a convict for a biscuit. You're filthy. Filthier than your legs to the First Marine.
Why are you so angry with your ducking, Harry? Don't you like it when I spread my legs wide too? Customary the way you like. What are you doing with your ducking isn't there anymore to touch their soft fingertips? First the left little, then the right. Your ducking doesn't want to leave you, Harry.
Ducking?
I'll just leave freedom sometimes, Harry.
You have to have it.
Why just let the man in take my corpse with you? At least you could have kept that in chains. I wish I was dead. At least when you're dead, you're free.
You know Lieutenant Clark's play. Shortly in. Danny Bright is in it too. And this morning. We're rehearsing the evenings with Lieutenant Clark.
And he can watch over me instead of you?
I'm trying to make you happy, darling. You don't want to.
I'll be. How's Lieutenant Clark going to marry to Liz Morden?
Captain wanted her to be here.
On the ship? Used to see the make him blush first. It didn't take long.
Darling. You won't try anything with Lieutenant Clark, will you?
With that, Molly, no.
It's all up to him again. You dish it out. Come and watch your rehearsals.
The latitude of Sydney is 43 degrees. That's 39 minutes south, and the North Cape is 10 degrees. That's 33 degrees.
Do you learn little lines, Daddy?
What lines? No. I was over in Devon. I was on my way back to Big Bay.
Daddy, what about your lines?
I want to go back. I want to see a wall of stone. And hear the Atlantic breaking in the estuary. I could bring a boat into any harbour, in any weather. And do it as well as the governor.
You promised the lieutenant you'd learn the lines.
I'm not spending the rest of my life in this flat, brittle, burnt-out country. Give me some English rain.
Rain's here.
It's not the same. I would recognise English rain. The Devon rain, Mary. Devon rain's the softest in England. The soft as your breath. The soft as Lieutenant Clark's dimpled cheeks. Royce and Tango. He's practically flushing. You can always tell when the beginner walks sideways, and if you
Don't stop. I listened to you once before.
And what would you have done about that lanky sailor drooling all over you?
It would have been less of a whore.
Listen, you're only a virgin once. You can't go to a man and say, I'm a virgin, except for this one Maria. After that, it don't matter how many men go through you.
I'll never wash the sin away.
If God didn't want women to be yours, he shouldn't have created men who paid for their bodies. While you was with your little sailor, there was women in that stinking pit of a hole like 3 men at once. And with pox, and with flocks, and then biting like dogs.
But if you don't agree to it, then you're not a whore, you're a martyr.
You have to be a virgin to be a martyr, Mary. You didn't go on that ship a virgin. Age, I love thee to the aunt tied way up there.
That was different. That was love.
The second difficulty with being a martyr is he has to be dead to qualify. But you didn't die thanks to me because you had £3 of beef a week instead of 2 and 2 extra ounces of cheese.
Which you were happy to eat.
We women have to look after each other. So learn these lines.
You sold me that first day so you and your husband could eat.
Do you want me to learn these lines or not?
How can I play Sylvia? She's so brave and strong. She couldn't have done what I've done.
She didn't spend 8 months on 1 week on a convict ship.
Anyway, pretend you're her.
No, I have to do that.
Why?
Because that's acting.
No way I'm being Rose. She's an idiot.
It's not such a big part, it doesn't matter so much.
You didn't tell me that before.
I hadn't read it carefully. Let's do the scene between Sylvia and Rose. I've rested but indifferently, and I believe my bedfellow was as little pleased. Poor Rose, here she comes.
I could have done something for Rose. I should play Sylvia.
Good morrow, my dear. How do you this morning? Now you say, just as I was last night, neither better nor worse for you.
Just as I was last
You can't do the play without me. I'm in it. Where's the lieutenant?
She's teaching me some lines.
Well, why aren't you teaching me the lines?
We're not doing your scenes.
Then do them.
You can read. Read your own lines.
I don't want to learn them on my own. I'm waiting.
What you waiting for, Liz Morden? A blind man's
We'll
fly you wear?
We'll do the first scene between Melinda and Sylvia, right?
Yeah, the first scene.
You start. You start. Welcome to town, Cousin Sylvia.
Welcome to town, Cousin Sylvia.
Go on. I envied you.
I envied you. You read it first.
Why?
So I can hear how you do it.
Why?
'Cause then I can do it different.
I envied you.
Why
You're
do you
treated to
read?
Shrewsbury and things.
You
know you
can't
can't
read. What?
I'll teach you when I'm
Can't read.
I'll teach you lessons.
Are you her friend now? Is that it? Mary, the holy, innocent, thieving bitch.
Hello, ladies. And why are we at work instead of at each other's throats?
I wouldn't talk about friends if I was you. Mr. Hangman, Jitch Freeman,
Crap merchant.
Cracking Call Switcher, Roper!
Just asking what you were doing. You know, friendly like.
Stick to your ropes, my little Gorda. Don't bother the actresses.
Actresses? Are you putting on a play?
Better than dancing at Paddington's First in your arms, Noser!
I'll nose on you as if you're not careful.
I'll take a leap in the dark sooner than turn off my own kind. Now take your whirligigs out of our sight. We got lines to learn.
Don't hang too many people, catch. We need an audience.
Welcome to town, Cousin Sylvia, says you salute.
Welcome to town, Cousin Sylvia.
God, there is nothing the matter with you. And that of our boy. My darling tender wife, I am reading Proverbs, waiting till midnight, the Sabbath, that I might kiss your picture as usual. The patrols put 3 seamen and a boy in the women's camp. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice in the wife of thy youth. God, what a scene of whoring is going on in the women's camp. Very hot this night. Captain Sayre killed today one of the kangaroos. It's the most curious animal I ever saw. Almost midnight, my Betsy. The Lord's Day. And behold, there caught him a woman, with an attire of a harlot, and subtle of heart. So she caught him, and kissed him, with an impudent face. Fell ill with a toothache, my wife. Cold-part pain. So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face. I perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, cinnamon. Sir McCormick was flogged today for calling the doctor a midnight! This being Sunday, took your picture out of its prism. Isn't it? Oh, this, you my sweet woman.
Please forgive me, sir. I didn't mean to disturb your prayers. I say 50 Hail Marys myself every night and 200 on the days when I went outside.
What do you want?
Don't mind me, sir. I can wait very quietly.
Why aren't you in the camp at this hour?
Well, I should be, sir. God forgive me, I should be. But I'm not. And here, sir, I have to have a word with you.
Get back to the camps immediately. I'll talk to you in the morning, Ketch.
Don't call me by that name, sir. I beg you. Anything but that name. That's what I came to see you about.
I was about to go to sleep.
I understand, sir. You all have peace on your soul. I won't take up your time. I'll be brief.
Well?
I'm doing order to finish the prayers. I can wait very quietly. I used to watch my mother. May her poor soul rest in peace. I used to watch her say her prayers every night.
Get on with it.
When I say my prayers, I have a terrible doubt. How can I be sure God is going to forgive me? Perhaps He is forgiving me, but hasn't forgiven me yet. That's why I don't want to die, sir. That's why I can't die. Not yet. Not until I'm sure. Are you sure, sir?
I'm not a convict. I don't sin.
To be sure, sir, to be sure. But if we're all under God's power, then surely He makes us sin. When I was born, I was given a guardian angel, like all good Catholics. Why didn't my angel look after me better? I think they must have stayed in Ireland. I think the devil tempted my mother to London, and my angel stayed behind. You've been to London, it's Ireland, sir. It's a beautiful country. If I'd been an angel, I wouldn't have wanted to leave it either.
Why are you here?
I'm coming to that, sir.
Well, hurry up then.
I'm speaking as fast as I can.
Catch!
James, sir. James Daniel Patrick. After my uncles. Good men they were too. Didn't go to London. My mother hadn't brought us to London. May God have pity on our soul and breathe mercy into the hearts of all hard women. I was a doctor in London, sir. If I hadn't got a job on the docks and been there on that day, say the 23rd, 1785. Remember, sir. No dock. I've never left. I've never been there. Nothing would have ever happened. I got a job as a co-weaver. I've been there on the 23rd of May. That sailor got killed. I didn't do it. Shouldn't have done the unloading. That was wrong with the sailors. But it didn't kill him. But maybe one blow. You know, not to look stupid. Just to show us in with the lads. Even if I wasn't. But it didn't kill him. And they got five with us. I was amongst the five. And they found the country, but I only had that to look good, you know. And they say to you, you give the names or be hung. What are you supposed to do? What would you have done, sir?
I wouldn't have been in that situation.
To be sure, sir, to be sure. I only told the truth, mind. I didn't tell anything that wasn't true. Death is a horrible thing. Horse labour.
I was about to go to sleep.
I understand, sir, I understand, please. And then it happened again. Here. I had hopes of making a good life for myself. It's because I'm so friendly, see. So I go along with things. And I'm the one who gets caught. That theft, I didn't do it. I was just there, keeping a lookout, you know. And they say to you, you can hang, be hanged. What are you supposed to do?
Someone's got to do it. And I'll do my best. I'll put mercy on the whore, the thief, the lame. Surely he'll forgive the hang. Someone, sir. All without mercy. Not like you and me, sir. Men. What I wanted to say, sir, is I heard them talking about a play. Some plays came to my village once. They were loved like the angels, sir. Like the angels. The way the women looked at them. The light of spring dawn reflected in their eyes. What I wanted to say, sir, is I want to be an actor.
Good word. Short, but full of promise.
That you would take the coach this moment and go into the country.
And country could mean opposite things. And use you with trees and grass, go rest in the country, or it crushes you with power. Die for your country. Country doesn't want you. You're thrown out of your country. I like words. My father, he cleared the house of the dead to sell old clothes to the poor people by the tank. Found a dictionary, Johnson's dictionary, it was as big as a Bible. It went from A to L, started with the A's. Becadarian, somebody who teaches the alphabet or rudiments of literature. Abject, a man without hope.
What does indulgent mean?
How's it used?
You've been so careful, so indulgent.
It means ready to overlook faults. You have to be careful with words that begin with in. You can change the meaning of a word. Injustice. Most of that word is taken up with justice, but again it twists it inside out and makes it the ugliest word in the English language.
Guilty is an uglier word.
Innocent ought to be a beautiful word. It's not. With sorrow, anguish.
It's not much time. Starting in a few days. I have the biggest part.
You have a beautiful hand.
So much to write. So many words.
I can write.
Why didn't you tell the lieutenant?
No.
He's doing it.
No, I'm
Afraid?
diffident.
I'll tell him. Well, I won't, but my friend Dabby will. She's a...
Oh. Shy is not a bad word. Soft.
Shame is a hard one.
Words with 2 L's in the word. Loveless. Lonely.
Love is a good word.
Because it only has 1 L. Like words with 1 L. Luck. Latitudinal. Laughter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
We're ladies now. Wait till I tell my husband I've become a lady.
It is with pleasure that I welcome you.
Our pleasure, Mr. Clark. Our pleasure.
We have many days of hard work ahead of us.
Well, I ain't working. I thought we was acting.
Now, let me introduce the company.
We've all met before, Lieutenant. You could say we know each other. You Can say we know each other in the dark?
It's the theatrical custom. The company is formally introduced to each other before we start. Mrs. Bryant.
Mrs. Bryant? Who is Mrs. Bryant?
It's a theatrical form of address. Madam, you may call me Mr. Simon.
If I may proceed.
Shh! You're interrupting the director.
So we are, Mr. Hangman.
The ladies first. Mary Bredham used to play Sylvia. Liz Morden used to play Melinda. Kathryn Smith used to play Lucy, Melinda's maid.
I ain't playing Liz Morden's maid.
Why not?
I live with Nutter. He wouldn't like it.
This machine is chafing out Taskbar's garden.
Don't you dare talk of my Harry.
You're not playing Morden's maid, Smith, you're playing Melinda's. And Debbie Bryant, who used to play Rose, a country girl.
From Devon. Screwjaws. Salt bitch.
Yes, that's the ladies. Captain Plume will be played by Henry Cable, who appears to be late. That's odd. I saw him about an hour ago. He said he was going to your hut to learn some lines. Wisehammer? Sergeant Kite will be played by John Arscott, who did send me a message saying he'd be kept at work an hour extra.
An hour? Won't see him in an hour?
Not the only one of the wrinkles in her ass, Debbie Bryant.
Mr. Worthy will be played by Mr. Sideway.
I am here.
And Justice Balanced by James Freeman.
No way am I doing a play with an hangman. The words would stick in my throat.
You don't have any scenes with him. Yes, as I was saying, you don't have any scenes with him, Smith. Now, could I get an introduction? Captain Brazen is to be played by John Wisehammer. The smaller parts are still to be cast. Now, we can't do the first scene until John Arscott appears.
Won't be a first thing.
Bryant, will you be quiet, please? Act 1, Scene 2. Wisehammer, you could be Plume. No, on second thoughts, I'll read through myself. So, Act 1, Scene 2. Mr. Worthy and Captain Plume.
That's me. I'm at your command.
Perhaps if you can watch and wait to your part. Right. I think we should start by reading.
There's no need, Mr. Clark. I know it.
I'm afraid I'll have to read Captain Plume.
I know that part too. Would you like me to play both?
I think it would be better if I did it. Shall we begin? Right. Kite, that's John Arscott who's just left.
Run in.
Right! I'll read. Not at present, 'tis indeed the picture of Worthy, but life's depart. Sideway? Where's he gone?
I'm preparing for my entrance, Mr. Clark. Could you read the line again? Slowly.
'Tis indeed the picture of Worthy, but life's departed. What arms across? Worthy?
Ah, yes, I forgot. Arms across. I shall have to do it again. Could you read the line again? Louder!
What arms across? Worthy?
My wiper! Someone's buzzed my wiper.
What's the matter?
There's a pickpocket in the company.
Talking of popcorn in the cow back.
Who took it? Who prigged my wiper?
I'm sure it'll turn up, so but let's move on.
I can't do mentions about it. I've been practicing it all night. If I get my hands on the rum diver. Oh!
Let's assume. Let's assume. Let's assume. Let's assume that Mr. Worley has... Let's assume that Mr. Worley has already entered Sideway. Now I say, what arms are crossed, worthy, me should hold a friend so near. Methinks you should expel this melancholy spirit. What are you doing, Sideway?
I'm being melancholy. I saw Mr. Garrett being melancholy once. Hamlet it was.
Oh, that is two solid flesh would melt! Oh, that is two solid flesh would melt! Oh, that is two!
Yes, this is a comedy. It's perhaps a little lighter. Right, just try to stand normally and say the line. Right, I'll read the line again. Captain Bill's line can be heard you sob so loudly, Sideway.
I'm still establishing my melancholy.
Comedy needs to move quite fast. In fact, I think we'll cut that line with 2 verses to follow and go straight on to the worthy greeting plume.
Yes. I like the word melancholy.
A greeting. Yes. A greeting looks like this. Plume. My dear captain, that's affection, isn't it? My hands on my heart like this. Now, welcome. I'm not quite sure actually. Welcome.
I think if you just say the line.
Right. Now.
Sideway, what are you doing?
Checking a safe and sound return. That's what the line says. Safe and sound return.
Yes, you don't need to touch it. You can just see that.
Yes. Checking different parts of my eyes. Now put it all together. Plume, my dear captain. Welcome. Safe and sound return.
Sideway, it's a very good attempt. It's very theatrical. But you might want to try being a little more, natural.
Natural. On the stage. But Mr. Clark!
Just believe you. Garrett will admire for his naturalness.
Of course. I thought I was being Garrett, but you are the director, Mr. Clark.
Oh, and perhaps you could look at me whilst you're saying the lines.
Then the audience won't see my face.
The lines are said to Captain Boone. Let's move on. I say, I escaped safe from Germany. Should we say America? It makes it more contemporary.
Can't change the words of a playwright. Written there in the script.
Ah, well, yes, methinks from London. Caesar, we're rehearsing. Would you?
I see that well. Monsieur Lieutenant, I see it is a piece of theatre. I've seen many pieces of theatre, my beautiful eye and the manifesto. And so I've decided to play a new piece of theatre.
There isn't a part for you, Caesar.
There is always a part for Caesar.
All the parts have been taken.
I will play his servant.
What hasn't written the servant for Worthy?
There is always a servant. Monsieur Lieutenant, and Caesar is that servant. So I stand here just behind him and I will be his servant.
I will think about it. Actually, I would like to rehearse the ladies now. They have been waiting a very long time, and we haven't got much time left. 3 minutes, would you go and see what happened to ask of? Good man, good man. And, Sideway, we'll come back to this in another time, but, it was good. Very, very good. Good. Right. First scene between Sylvia and Melinda. So, Morden, Brennan, can you come up here, please? Right, so the scene is set in Melinda's apartment, and Sylvia is already there, so... Yes, Morden, if you stand there, and Brennan stand facing her. Yes,
Welcome to town, Cousin Sylvia. I envied your treat in country shooting, methinks, and all you had to desire was a most rare place to live.
Morden,
Wait, I haven't finished it. Here we have smoke loss, stand off, retention, and pretension. Everything to divert the spleen and nothing to give it. And in short,
You know your lines very well.
thank you.
But you might want to try acting them. Let's look at the scene. You're a rich lady. A rich lady would stand in a certain way. Try to look at Sylvia with a certain assurance.
Assurance?
Confident.
Confidence, yes. Like this. You've seen a rich lady before, haven't you?
I've heard of the few.
And how did they behave?
They squeak.
Oh, no, I mean before you brought them.
I don't know. I was watching their purses.
Have you ever seen a lady in her own home?
I used to climb to big houses when I was a girl. Just stood there. I didn't take anything. I would just stand there, looking like this.
But if it was your own home, you'd think it'd be normal to stand like that.
And it's not normal. It's not normal when others don't have anything.
When acting, you have to imagine things. You have to imagine that you're someone else. So, in this case, imagine you're a rich lady, and then imagine you are her. What are you doing?
Well, if I was rich, I'd eat myself sick.
Me too, potatoes.
Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
White bread.
4 fried eggs.
Okay.
6 fried eggs. 8
Eels,
fried eggs.
eels and oysters.
Could we get on with the scene, please? Yes. Could we get on with the scene, please? Brenham, it's your line.
Oh, Melinda, I've heard the town's commended for its air.
But you don't consider, Sylvia, how long I've lived in it.
You would look at her.
She didn't look at me.
Didn't she? Oh, she will now.
For I can assure you that to a rich lady, the least nice of her constitution, no air can be above half a year of air, and the air comes before.
But prithee, my dear Melinda, don't put on such an air to me.
Excellent, Brenham. But be a little more sharp in the word don't.
Don't. Your education and mine were just the same. I remember the time when we never troubled our heads about air. But the sharp air from the Welsh mountains made our noses drop on a cold morning at boarding school.
Good, good. Warden?
Our education, cousin, was the same, but our temperaments had nothing alike.
That's a little better, Warden, but you needn't be quite so angry with her. What can we do to help you? Lucy.
You got there.
See that piece of wood over there? Take it to Melinda. That will be your fan.
I ain't fetching nothing for Liz.
She's not Warden, she's Melinda. She's your mistress. You are her servant. Now take her the fan. In fact, you should be in this scene.
Here. Thank you, Lucy. I too much appreciate your effort.
No, you would nod your head.
Don't add any words to the play.
Now, Lucy, stand behind Warden.
What do I say?
Nothing.
How will they know I'm here? Why does she got the lines? Why can't I have some of hers?
Oh, it's your line, Brenham.
So far as to be troubled with neither spleen, colic, nor vapours. No salt for my stomach. No.
Major Ross, Captain Campbell, we are rehearsing!
Rehearsing. Rehearsing.
Rehearsing.
Lieutenant Clark asked us to give him 2 hours to rehearse. But what has he done with them? What?
Yeah, other things.
Aye. While you were there. Wear a cable ascot, Lieutenant.
It appeared to be late.
While you were rehearsing. Cable, ascot, and 3 of us slipped into the woods. So 5 men have run away. It's all because of your damned play and your so-called Thespis. Not only have your Thespis run away, they've stolen food from the stores to fuel their renegade escapade. That is what your play has done.
Major, I don't see
I said it from the beginning. This play will bring down calamity on the colony.
I don't see.
The devil, Lieutenant, always worms its way in through the mind.
Major Ross, I can't agree.
Listen to me, my lad. You're a second lieutenant, and you don't agree or disagree with Major Ross.
Hey, no discipline.
Caesar, he started going with them and came back.
That's alright, he's not in the play.
Yes, please, Lieutenant. I'm a servant.
John Whitehammer.
I had nothing to do with it.
You're Jewish, aren't you? You're guilty. Cable was last seen near Whitehammer's hut. Liz Morden. She was observed late last night in the colony stores, in the company of Cable Ascot. Cable was meant to be repairing the door. You will be tried for stealing from the stores. You know the punishment. Death by hanging. And now, Lieutenant, you may continue to rehearse.
Sir. The recruiting officer. Big title, a play. It is but a play.
Don't know the word. Shifts his bob when I comes near. Born under a halfpenny planet I was. Dad's a nibbler. Don't want to get crap. Mum leaves. 5 brothers. I'm the only titter. Then, my own father. Ladies walking down the street. He takes her wife out. She screams. He shoulder clap. Says it's not me, sir. Look, it's Lizzie. She took it. I'm stripped. Beaten in the streets. Everyone's watching. That night, I take my dad's cudgel and try to kill him. I prig all his clothes and goes to my older brother. He don't want me. Lizzie says, why trying for a mate when you can whack for a winnie? I'm no dim in what I says. Sister, men don't want Miss Laycock. Don't look in your mug. So I begin to sell my mother of sense. I think I'm in luck when I meet this swell coon. He's a bobcat. Sports a different wiper every day of the week. He says to me, it's not enough to sell your mossy face. It don't bring no shiners no more. Shows me how to spice the swells. So, swell has me up against the wall. He flashes a pocket watch. I lift it. But one time, I stir my stumps too slow. The swell squeaks beef. The snooze he hears. I'm nipped, and it's up the ladder to rest, I thinks, when I goes in front of the fortune teller. But no, the judge is a bobcat. And it's 7 years across the herring. Jesus Christ, the hunger on the ship. And the sailors won't touch me. No rantum scantum, no food. Well, here. But the governor says, new life. You could not but hear, Lizzie, I thinks. The sniffy-naffy play. Not too much work. Good crew of rufflers. Cable, Ascot. But no. Ross don't like my luck. It's up the ladder to rest for good. Well, Lizzie Morden's life. And you, Warhammer, how did you get here?
Betrayal, barbarous falsehood, intimidation, injustice.
Speak in English,
I'm innocent. I didn't do it, and I'll keep saying I didn't.
They won't listen. If they say you're a thief, you're a thief.
I'm not a thief. I'll go back to him now. Back to the snuff shop with cricket and loads, and I'll say, see, I'm back. I'm innocent.
Doesn't matter.
I can't live if you think that way. I'm sorry. I just went 7 years and I'll go back.
What do you want to go back to England for? You're not English.
I'm English. I was born in England. What do I have to do to make people believe that I am English?
You have to think English. I ain't England. You have to think. And him, Osgood, he ain't said a word since they brought him in. But he's thinking English.
I don't want to think English. If I think English, I would die. I want to go back to Madagascar. Think Madagascar. I want to die in Madagascar, enjoy my ancestors.
Doesn't matter when you die, when you're dead.
If I die here, I'll have no spirit. I want to go home. I will escape again.
There's no escape.
This time I lost my courage, but next time I ask my ancestors, and they will help me escape.
There's no escape! See? That's English. He knows things.
My ancestors will know the way.
There's no escape, I tell you. You go in circles out there. That's all you do. You go out there and you walk and walk. You don't reach China. You come back on your steps if the savages don't get you first. And when it comes, doesn't work in this foreign upside down desert. Here. You can read. What does it say? Why didn't it work?
It says no.
Why didn't it work then? It was supposed to take us north, to China. Why did we end up going in circles?
Because it's not a compass.
I gave my only shilling to a sailor for it. He said it was a compass.
It's a piece of paper with North written on it. He lied. He betrayed you. He deceived you.
Madam, gentlemen, fellow players, we have come to visit, to commiserate, to offer our humble services. Get out!
Please, we've come to rehearse to play.
Rehearse the play.
The oven's gone to talk to you then. Harry said to come see you. The lieutenant told me to stand in his place. So we don't lose time. We'll do the first thing, swim the into and brazen.
How can I play Captain Brazen in chains?
This is the theatre, we will believe you.
Where does Kite come in?
Madam, I have brought you your fan.
I hear you want to stop the play, Lieutenant.
Not like Kathryn chains, sir.
That is a difficulty. It can be overcome. That's the only reason, Lieutenant.
So many people seem against it, sir.
Are you afraid?
No, but I do not wish to displease my superior officers.
You break conventions. It is inevitable you make enemies. This play irritates them.
Yes, and I...
Socrates irritated the state of Athens. Was put to death.
Sir,
Would you have a world without Socrates?
sir, I...
In the Meno, one of Plato's great dialogues, if you read it, Socrates demonstrates that a slave boy can learn the principles of geometry as well as a gentleman.
Ah.
In other words, he teaches us that human beings have an intelligence which has nothing to do with the circumstances into which they are born.
Sir.
Sit down, Lieutenant. It's a matter of reminding the slave boy of what he knows, of his own intelligence. And by intelligence you may read goodness, talent, the innate qualities of human beings.
I see.
When the slave boy is treated as a rational human being, the boy becomes one. He loses his fear and becomes a competent mathematician. With a little more encouragement, he may become an extraordinary mathematician. Who knows? We must see your actors in this light, Ralph.
I can see some of them, sir, but there are others. John and Oscar.
He's been given 200 lashes for trying to escape. It will take time for him to see himself as a human being again.
Is Morton?
I did have reason for asking you to cast us, Morton. Morton is one of the most difficult women on the colony.
She is indeed, sir.
Lower than the slave, full of loathing, foul-mouthed, desperate.
Exactly, sir, and violent.
Right. To be made an example of.
By hanging?
No, by redemption.
The Reverend Johnson.
Oh, the Reverend's an Aslington. I'm speaking of redeeming her humanity.
I'm afraid there may not be much left there, sir.
What do we know? What humanity lies under the rights and filth of a mangled life? I've seen soldiers given up for dead. Heads cut open, limbs torn off, and they come back to life. If we treat her as a corpse, of course she will die.
Will she be hanged, sir?
I don't want to hang her. You will have to help her. Sir, I had retired from His Majesty's service. I was farming. I don't know why they asked me to rule over this colony of wretched souls. I will fulfill my responsibility. No one will stop me, Ralph.
No, sir.
What is a statesman's responsibility? To ensure the rule of law? Citizens must be taught to obey that law of their own free will. I want to rule over responsible human beings, tyrannize over a group of animals. I want there to be a contract between us, Ralph. The whip on my side and terror and hatred on theirs. We'll have to help.
Yes, sir. The play
Won't change much, but it is the diagram in the sand that may remind the slave boy. Do you understand?
I think so.
It may fail. I may have a mutiny on my hands. They're trying to convince the Admiralty that I am mad.
Sir?
They will come after you. You don't want to be a second lieutenant all your life.
No, sir.
You cannot go over the head of Major Ross in the matter of promotions.
I see.
But we've embarked, Ralph, and we must stay afloat. There is a more serious matter at hand, and it may capsize us all. If the ship does not come within 3 months, the supplies will be exhausted. In one fight, we'll have to cut the rations. Harry is not. Can you do something, Lieutenant? Good luck with the play, Ralph. Oh, Ralph?
Sir?
Unexpected situations, often matched by unexpected virtues in people, are they not?
I believe they are, sir.
There is a world unto itself. Tiny colony, you could almost say. And you are in charge of it. That is a great responsibility.
I will lay down my life if I have to, sir.
Well, I don't think it will come to that. You need only do your best.
Yes, sir. I will, sir.
Excellent.
It's a wonderful play, sir. I wasn't sure at first, as you know,
Good,
but now...
good. I look forward to seeing it. I'm sure it will be a great success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Duckling! Duckling! She's down the beach, Harry. Waiting for a handy maker. Go away, Handy. Go away! The dead never go away, Harry. You thought you'd be the last one to dance the buttockful with your troll. But no one owns a horse cunt, Harry. You rent. I didn't hang you! You wanted me dead. I didn't! You wanted me hanged. Alright! I wanted you hanged. Go away! Death is horrible, Mr. Brewer. It's dark. There's nothing. Thomas Barrett, you were hanged because you stole from the stores. I was 17, Mr. Brewer. You led a very wicked life. I didn't. That's what you said that morning. I've led a very wicked life. I had to say something, Mr. Brewer, to make sense of dying. I heard the Reverend say we were all wicked. But it was horrible. My body hanging there, my tongue sticking out. You shouldn't have stolen! I wanted to live. Go back to England. I'd only be 24. I hadn't done it much. Not like you. You shouldn't have stolen that food! Duckling! I had plans, Mr. Brewer. I was going to have my farm. Drink with friends, build the strong legs of a girl around me. Duckling! Didn't you ever steal, Mr. Brewer? No. Yes. But that was different. Duckling! Why should you be alive after what you've done? Duckling! Duckling!
What's the matter, Harry?
I see them.
Hey,
All of them.
I heard you're speaking to the beach. You're having another bad dream.
No. I see them. Let me come in.
Now,
Please.
you forget your nightmares.
Yes.
Come then.
Duckling. What were you doing down the beach? You were with him. You were with Andy Baker.
Some dreams lose their way and wander over the earth lost. But this is a dream no one wants. It has stayed. How can we befriend this crowded, hungry and disturbed dream?
Here's some of your catwalk captain.
Hey, the governor said, release prisoners.
Unchain Wisehammer and the Savage, Captain Campbell. She stays in chains. She's being tried tomorrow and we don't want her running off.
I can't put her out with one of my players in chains, Major.
Difficult.
We'll take her back to the governor. Say you don't need her. She can go to prison.
No, we'll manage. Sideway, will you go over the scene you rehearsed in prison with Melinda, please?
Oh, yes, you do. Lieutenant.
No, you're not.
Yes, he is. He's my servant.
The rest of us will go from Sylvia's entrance as Jack Walker. Where's our stuff?
We haven't finished with our stuff yet.
A punishment for a skip painted 53 lashes.
Aye. Caesar's next after Morden's trial.
Brennan, are you ready? Wisehammer? I'll play Captain Plume.
The lieutenant wants to be in the play too. He wants to be promoted to convict. We'll have you in the chain gang soon, Mr. Clark.
We will rehearse now. We wish to rehearse.
No one's stopping you, Lieutenant.
Major! Major, rehearsal needs to take place in utmost privacy. Secrecy, you might say. The actors are not yet ready to be seen by the public.
Not ready to be seen.
Major, there is a modesty attached to this process of creation which must be respected.
Modesty. Modesty! Sideway!
Major, sideway! Stay!
Lieutenant, I would not try to countermand the orders of the superior officer!
Hey, obedience!
Sideway!
Rule.
Take your shirt off. 100 lashes for speaking back to an officer on the serious. 300 lashes for trying to strike the same officer. I have seen the whites of this animal's bones. His reeky convict urine has spilled on my boots. You speak of modesty. Are you feeling modest, Sideway? Brian. Down on all fours. Now wag your tail and bark. Go on. Or have you forgotten how you used to beg for your food in the ship? Wag your tail. Bark. We'll wait. Brennan. Where's your tattoo, Brennan? Where? Show us, I can't see it. Where is it? If you can't do it, I'll help you.
What pleasures I may receive abroad are indeed uncertain. But this I am sure of. I shall meet with less cruelty among those barbarous nations on this earth than I will meet at home.
Come, sir. You and I have been jangling a great while. I fancy if we made up our accounts, we should no sooner come to an agreement.
Sure, madam. You won't dispute your being in my debt. My fears, sighs, vows, assiduities, anxieties, jealousies have run on for a full year without any payment.
Hey, look at that. Says, vows, promises, and say these.
Start Ascot's punishment, Captain Campbell.
A year. What you owe to me is not paid under 7-year servitude. How did you use me the year before?
Taking advantage.
When taking advantage, my innocence, necessity.
I can't do it, Mr. Brewer. Get out of it, Freeman. Yes, sir. I have to measure you, Liz. I'm sorry. You'll have to stand, Liz. Please. I wouldn't hurt you. Now. But if I get the measurements right, I can make you quit. Very good. Please. She won't get up, Mr. Brewer. Perhaps I can come back later.
Hurry up.
I can't. I can't measure unless she gets up. I have to get the measurements right to judge the drop. The rope's too short. It won't hang up properly. And if it's too long, pull a head off. It's hard, Mr. Brewer, but I try and do my best. It's just... I've never hung a woman before.
You've hung a boy? You've hung a boy?
That was terrible, Mr. Brewer. You remember. 20 minutes it took and still he wasn't dead. Remember how he danced? Now everyone laughed. I don't want to repeat that, Mr. Brewer, not again. Someone had to hold his legs to weigh him down, and then...
Measure her, Freeman!
Yes, sir. You ask her to get up, Mr. Brewer. She'll listen to you, sir.
Get up! Get up, you bitch! Get up! Now measure her!
The lieutenant's talking to the governor again. Perhaps he'll change his mind. At least he might wait until we finish the play. This is wrong, Mr. Brewer. This is wrong.
It's wrong. Death is horrible. Oh! There's no food left in the colony and she spills it to give the cable to run away.
It's true, Liz. You shouldn't have done that. You just can't act like normal people. Not even like normal criminals.
I had plans.
Are you finished?
Yes, sir. I have all the measurements. I have to use the willow tree. It's Hoya. When will there be points and gallows, Mr. Brewer? No one will laugh at you, Liz. You won't be shamed. I'll make sure of that.
You could hang yourself.
Come on, Freeman, let's go.
Yes, sir. You were very good as Melinda, Liz. No one will ever be as good as you.
Mr. Brewer.
You wanted me dead. I didn't. You shouldn't have stolen that food.
Mr. Brewer, talk to her, please.
What?
Tell Lieutenant Clark I didn't steal the food. Tell him afterwards. I want him to know.
Why didn't you say that before? Why are you lying now?
Please tell the Lieutenant.
Another victim of yours. Another body. I was so frightened. So alone.
Mr. Brewer?
I can't see. There's nothing. It's not. Get away. Get away.
Mr. Brewer.
I was fear. A little pain in the back of the neck. And nothing. I can't see. It's dark.
She gets spilled from a dream. Who are they? A swarm of ancestors come through unmended cracks in the sky. But why? What do they need? If we can satisfy them, they will go back. How can we satisfy them?
For I swear, madam, by the honour of my profession, that whatever dangers I went upon, it was with the hope of making myself more worthy of your esteem. And if I ever have hopes of preserving your life, 'twas for the pleasure of dying at your feet.
Well, well, sir, you shall die at my feet or where you will. But you must remember there's a certain will and testament to be made beforehand. I don't understand why Sylvia's asking Bloom to make a will.
It's a proof of his love. He wants to provide for her.
A will is a proof of love.
No. He's using will in another sense. He must show his willingness to marry her. Dying is used in another sense too.
He gives you his will to indicate that he intends to take care of her.
That's right, Lieutenant. Marriage is nothing. But will you look after her?
Bloom is too ambitious to marry Sylvia.
Oh, if I was Sylvia, I would have trusted Bloom.
And dealing with men always have a contract.
Love is a contract.
Love is a bar of perishable goods. A man's word for a woman's body.
That is right. If a man loves a woman, he should marry her.
Sometimes he can't.
Then she should look for someone who can.
A woman should look after her own interests. That's all.
Her interest is to love.
A girl will love the first man who knows how to open her legs. She's called Norm and she ends up here. I could write scenes, Lieutenant. Women with real lives. Not these Shrewsbury prudes.
I've written something. The prologue of the play won't make any sense to the convict. In ancient times when Helen's fatal charms and so on. I've written another one. Will you look at it, Lieutenant? You mustn't trust the wrong people, Mary. We could make a new life here, together. I would marry you. We'd have a house and everything. He'd put you in a hut at the bottom of his garden. He'd call you his servant in public. That is his hall. Don't do it, Mary.
Lieutenant, are we rehearsing or not? Pascal and I have been waiting for hours.
It seems very interesting. I'll read it more carefully later.
Don't like it.
I do like it. Perhaps it needs a little more work. It's not quite far from.
It would mean more to the convicts.
We'll talk about this some other time.
Do you think it should be longer?
I'll think about it.
Shorter? Do you like the last two lines? Mary helped me write them.
Ah.
Yeah, the first two lines took us days, didn't they, Mary?
We'll rehearse Sylvia's entrance as Jack Wilford. You're in that scene, Weishammer. And Brian, we'll come back to us in a minute. Now, Brian, remember what I showed you yesterday about walking like a gentleman? I've ordered breeches to be made for you. We'll practice in them tomorrow.
Save ye, gentlemen.
My dear, I'm yours.
It doesn't say Sylvia's kissed in the stage direction.
the line about men kissing in the army and balloon kisses are later. I thought that Brazen would do it immediately.
No, it's completely wrong.
But it's right for the character of Brazen.
No, it isn't. I'm the director.
So I'm the actor and I have to act it. In this scene, they're both equal and they both fight for her. Who's playing Plume in our performance anyway?
I will have to. This cave hasn't come back yet. It's your line.
Will I be given the sword?
I doubt it. Let's move on to Kite's entrance. Oscar's been waiting too long.
Sir, if you please.
Excellent, Oscar, but I think we should do our lines first so you know when to come in. Weishauer?
Fellow dare not fight for her.
That's when you come in. Sir, if you please.
What about me? I haven't done anything either. You always view a scene with Sylvia in.
Let's rehearse the scene where Rose comes in with her brother Bullock. That's a better scene for you, Oscar. Do you know it? Good. Weishauer, you'll have to play the part of Bullock.
What? Play two parts?
Major Ross won't let any more prisoners off one. Some of you will have to play several parts.
But it will confuse the audience. They'll think Brazen is Bullock and Bullock Brazen.
Nonsense. If the audience are paying attention, they'll know that Bullock is a country boy and that Brazen is a captain.
Yes, but what if they aren't paying attention?
Attention shouldn't go to the theatre.
If you act well, they'll have to pay attention.
It will ruin my entrance as Captain Brazen.
You have no choice. You must turn this necessity into our advantage. You must play two very different characters and display the full range of your abilities.
Our audience won't be that discerning.
Right, will you start the scene?
I think the recruit officer is a silly play. I want to play with being a play with more interesting people in it.
I like playing Sylvia. She's bold and she breaks rules out of love for her captain. And she's not ashamed.
She hasn't been born poor. She hasn't had to survive, and her father's just of the peace. I want to play myself.
I want to play myself. When I say Kite's lines, I forget everything else. I forget that the judge is telling me I have to spend the rest of my natural life in this place, being beaten and working like a slave. Forget that out there it's trees and burnt grass, spiders that kill you in 4 hours, and snakes. I don't have to think about what happened to Cable. I don't have to remember things I have done. When I say Kite's lines, I don't hate anymore. I'm Kite, I'm in Shrewsbury. Get on with the scene, Lieutenant, and stop talking.
Why can't we do a play about life as we know it?
Play should make you understand something new. That's something you already know in it. You leave it as ignorant as when you went in.
Why can't we do a play about now?
It doesn't matter when the play's set. It's better if it's set in the past, it's clearer. It's easier to understand Plume and Brazen and some of the officers we know.
Oscar, can you start the scene?
Captain, sir. Look yonder, coming this way. She's the prettiest, cleanest little tip.
Down, Worthy. He's in the scene. Where's Sideway?
Oh, he's so upset about Lizzie over hers.
We're going to talk to the governor. But he has to rehearse. We must do this play no matter what. We've been rehearsing for 5 months now. Let's get on with this scene. Here she comes. And who is that great country fellow with her?
I can't tell, sir.
I am not a great country fellow.
Act it, Weishauer.
Boy chickens, young and tender chickens. This is a very stupid line, and I'm not saying it.
It is written by the playwright, and you have to say it. Here, you chickens.
Who calls?
Right, you are a pretty country wench who wants to entice the captain. Say your lines with charm and blushes.
I don't blush.
I can't do this scene without Sideway. Let's do another scene. Oscar, let's rehearse your speeches. I haven't heard them yet. I still need Sideway. Oh, this is irresponsible. He wanted this part. Someone go get Sideway.
I'll do the first speech anyway, sir. Yes, sir. I understand my business. I will say it. You must know, sir, I was born a gypsy, and bred among that crew till I was 10 years old. There I learned counting and lying.
That's about me.
I was brought from my mother Cleopatra by a certain nobleman for 3 guineas, who, liking my beauty, made me his page.
That's my story. Why do I play a silly nobleman? Why can't I play Kite?
You can't play a man, Daddy.
You're playing a man. Jack Wilford.
Yeah, but in the play, I know I'm a woman. Whereas if you play Kite, you'd have to think you're a man.
If Wiser can think he's a big country fella, I can think I'm a man. The audience will use their imagination. And those with no imagination shouldn't go to the theatre.
Brian's for muddling everything.
No. I see things very clearly, Lieutenant. I'm making you to play. I want to play kite.
You can't play kite. I'm playing kite. You can't steal my part.
You made to play Melinda.
All she does is marry sideways. That's not interesting.
Sorry, Lieutenant, for putting in all my lines. We'll rehearse the first scene between Balance and Sylvia. Right?
Whilst there is life, there is hope, sir. Perhaps my brother will
We have but little reason to expect it.
No, I can't. Not with him. Not with this.
One has to transcend personal feelings in the theatre. Look, we're not making much progress today. Let's end the rehearsal.
with my silence. If you live, I will never again turn away from you. If you live, I will never again embrace another man when you make love to me. If you live, I will never again tell you that I want to leave you. If you live, I will speak to you. If you live, I will be tender with you. If you live, I will look after you. If you live, I will stay with you. If you live, I will be wet and open to your touch. If you live, I will look at you. If you live, I will answer all your questions. If you live, I will love you. If you die, I will never forgive you. I hate you. No. I love you. How could you do this? Captain Boone, I despise your listening ways. Provided you said it's purely out of love. That wench, I mean. You must know. Do you only want an opportunity for accomplishing your designs upon her? Well, sir, I'm satisfied as to the point of debate, but let me beg you to lay aside your recruiting airs, put on the men of honour, and tell me plainly what usage am I under your command?
Well, sir, I'm satisfied as to the point of debate. Let me beg you to lay aside your recruiting airs, put on the men of honour, and tell me plainly what usage am I under your command? And something tells me, if you do discharge me, it will be the greatest punishment you can inflict. For if we were this moment going to go upon the greatest dangers of your profession, they would be less terrible to me than to stay behind you. And now your hand dislists me, and you are my captain.
Your friend. There is something in this fellow that charms me.
One favour I must beg. This affair will make some noise.
Sylvia?
Therefore I must take care to be impressed by the Act of Parliament.
What you please as to that. Will you lodge at my quarters in the meantime? You shall have part of my bed. Sylvia, Mary.
Am I doing it well? It's hard to play a man. It's not the way you walk, it's the way you all tread. A man doesn't know what he says with an ankle. They never bow it. Let's try again, or I'll try not to go away.
What you please as to that. You lodge in my quarters in the meantime, you shall have part of my bed.
Mary. Will you?
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen the body of a woman before.
Your wife?
It wasn't right to look at her. Let me see.
Yes. Let me see you.
Yes.
She refused to defend herself at the trial. She wouldn't say a word. This was taken as an admission of guilt, and she was sentenced to be hanged. The evidence against her, however, is flimsy.
She was seen with Cable near the food stores. That is a fingering fact.
She was seen by a drunken soldier in the dark. He admitted that he was drunk and that he saw her at a distance. He knew Cable was supposed to be repairing the door, and that she is known to be friends with Cable and Arsenal. She won't speak. She won't say where she was. That is our difficulty.
She won't speak because she's guilty.
Silence has many causes, please.
She won't speak, Your Excellency, because of the convict code of honour. She does not wish to beg for her life.
Convict code of honour. Plume in plays muffled the wee lieutenant's mind.
My only fear, Your Excellency, is that she may have refused to speak because she no longer believes in the process of justice. That is so the courts here will become travesties. I do not want that.
She won't speak. There is nothing more we can do for her. Cannot get the truth through silence.
She spoke to Harry Brewer.
But Harry never regained consciousness before he died.
James Freeman was there and told me what she said.
Wasn't this used in the trial?
Freeman's evidence wasn't very clear, and as Liz Morden wouldn't confirm what he had said, it was dismissed.
You can't take the word of a creeping, crawling hangman.
Why won't she speak?
She won't speak because she's guilty.
Robbie, you may be about to hang the first woman in this colony. I do not want to hang the first innocent woman.
You must get at the truth.
Truth. We have 800 thieves, forgers, purgers, liars, escapists, rapists, whores and coiners in this scrub-ridden, dust-driven, thunderbolted, cretinous colony. And my Marines were trained to fight, turned to galley jailers, fed less than the prisoners.
The rations, Major, are the same for all, prisoners and soldiers.
But they're entitled to more, so that makes it less. Not ship-shifting into sight. The prisoners running away, stealing, fighting. And the wee lieutenant speaks about the truth.
Yes, truth is indeed a luxury, but its absence brings about the most abject poverty in a civilization. That is the paradox.
The profligate prison for us all. They hold us here because they blame us for losing the war in America. The hateful, hairy, scary, topsy-turvy outpost. It is not a civilization. Hate this possum place.
Perhaps we could return to the question of Liz Morden. Captain Campbell. Morden, you must speak. If you don't, we will have to hang you. If you can defend yourself, His Excellency can overrule the court. We would not then risk a miscarriage of justice. But you must speak. Did you steal that food at the escaped prisoner Clegg? It is the accused who must answer.
Miss Morden, you must speak the truth.
We will listen to you.
Morden, no one will despise you for telling the truth.
That is not so, Lieutenant. Tell the truth and accept the contempt. That is the history of great men. You may be despised, Liz, but you will have shown great courage.
If that soldier had lied...
There, he's accusing his soldiers of lying. That's play. Shows an officer lying and cheating. Shows corrupt justice as well. Collins.
Hey, good seeing that.
Knit too, Campbell.
What? Meant only. If you be so good at gunning, you should have enough. You may be used against the French. If you shoot flying. This is comfortable.
Campbell!
Play seems to be having miraculous effects already. Don't you want to be in it, Liz?
Well, you must speak.
For the good of the colony.
And of the play.
I didn't steal the food. Were you there when Higgin stole it? No.
So you knew he was going to steal it? Yes. Guilty. She didn't report it.
Failure to inform is not a hangable offence.
Conspiracy.
We may need a retrial.
Why wouldn't you say any of this before, Liz?
She didn't have time to invent her lies.
Major, you're demeaning the process of law.
Why, Liz?
Because it would have never mattered.
Speaking the truth?
Speaking.
You're taking the word of a convict, or the word of a soldier.
A soldier who was drunk and uncertain of what he saw.
A soldier is a soldier and is entitled to more respect. You'll have a revolt, Governor.
I'm sure I will. But let us see the play first. Liz, I hope you are good in your role.
She will be, Your Excellency. I promise that.
Your Excellency, I will endeavour to speak Mr. Farquhar's lines with the elegance and clarity his own work commands.
Look, oozing pustules on my skin, heat on my forehead. Perhaps we've been wrong all this time, and this is not a dream at all.
They come around the camp because they're enjoying small farms.
I heard they went to upset the audience.
Everyone's here, all the officers too.
That we could take your part.
No, I will do it. I will read the line.
What are you an orange you think I'm not sorry? They've thrown her out of Harry Brewer's pen.
Right. You wouldn't have wanted that.
Major Ross said no at all, and asked for him from the camp. They've taken all of our things.
I'll talk to the lieutenant.
And let's go over your lines. If you forget them, tap my foot and I'll whisper them to you.
Now, we haven't rehearsed that. Gerrish, you should take it this way. Look up to the circle, to the sides. Make sure everyone thinks you're looking at them. Line up.
I'll be in the middle.
Debbie, you should get it to Mary.
What will it take, Val?
It may not be the largest part, but you will get noticed.
So what do you know?
If you don't get this right, it will look a mess.
Hooray, hooray, hooray!
No, they'll be shouting, bravo. But we're not in a straight line yet.
I wasn't looking for the Val. I saw the whole thing. And we all know our lines. Mary, you look so beautiful. You sailed thousands and thousands of miles across the open sea. Bravo, Dabby. Bravo.
Daddy, when are you doing this?
Tonight.
You can't.
I'll be in the play till the end, and then the confusion when it's all over. You can slip away.
The lieutenant
Time's up. Time's up. Everything's ready.
But the lieutenant will be blamed. I won't let you.
If you say anything to the lieutenant, I refuse to act in the play.
When I write my lines, I think of nothing else.
Why can't you do the same? This is only for one night. I want Rob and Devon.
He'll never let us do another play. I'm telling the lieutenant.
Please! I want to go back to Devon.
I don't want to go back to England, mate. It's too small and they don't like Jews there. No one has more of a right than anyone else to call you a foreigner. I'm going to become the first famous writer out here.
You can't become a famous writer until you're dead.
You can if you're the only one.
I'm going to start a theatre company. Who wants to be in it?
I will write you a play about justice.
Only comedies, my boy. Only comedies.
What about a comedy about unrequited love?
I'll perform in your theatre.
I'm going to. I'll play all the parts that have dignity and gravity.
I'll hold auditions tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Where are my shoes?
Oscar. You're going to address the soldiers when you're talking recruiting. Look at them, you're speaking to them. And remember, all of you, to leave this paper, you have to laugh.
I'll kill anyone who laughs at me.
They're not laughing at you, they're laughing at Bartlett's lies. You just expect them to laugh.
Well, that's all right. So I see Major Ross or any other officer laugh.
No more violence. Oscar, when you carry me off stage as Jack Murphy, would you be a little more gentle? Don't think you'd be so rough on a young gentleman.
Where's Caesar? I saw him walking down to the beach. Before he's rehearsing his lines.
Caesar! When I say you love fishing, man, you say something. I'm so sorry.
I love it, but now I'll never know. I thought it made it come through.
You sure you don't want Daddy to take your part?
No, I want to do it. I want to do it. He's not watching there.
We'll be watching from somewhere. How beautiful you look.
A gem pad, a necklace of pearls and 3 children.
If we have a boy, we should call him Harry.
Never after that.
He should be called Betsy's.
Lying on a beach, dead drunk.
I can't. All those people. My ancestors are angry. They do not want me to be laughed at by all those people.
You want to be in this play, and you'll be in this play.
Look, I got nervous, but I overcame it. You have to be brave to be an actor.
My ancestors will kill me.
You're going to ruin my first scene.
Please, Lieutenant, save me.
Caesar, if I were back home, I wouldn't be here either. My ancestors wouldn't be happy to see me here. But our ancestors are thousands of miles away.
I cannot be a disgrace to Madagascar.
You will be more of a disgrace if you don't come out on stage with me now.
Think of us as your family.
What do you think of this vow?
Caesar, I'm your lieutenant. If you don't go out on stage, you'll be tried and hanged for treason.
Yeah, and I would have tied the knot in such a way that you would hang there for hours for the piss and shit.
What would your ancestors think?
Please, come on. They could never find you, Liz.
Got your chickens?
My chickens? Yeah, here.
You alright?
Yeah. Dreaming.
Your future success.
Yeah, future success.
So is everyone, I hope. Now, Oscar.
Yes, sir!
Oh.
Thanks.
Here.
Oh, what's that?
So, for good luck.
Where did you get that from?
I've been saving some for my rations. I've got enough for everybody.
Lieutenant?
Yes, my son.
There's the prologue.
Oh, the prologue. I forgot. I'm glad to hear it again.
Distant climes. Over widespread seas we come, though not with much or beat of drum. True patriots all, for be it understood, we left our country for our country's good. No private views disgraced our generous zeal. What urged our travels was our country's weal, and none will doubt but that our immigration proved most useful for the British nation.
When Major Ross hears that, he'll have an apoplectic fit.
I think it's very good. So do I. And true.
No, very, yeah.
It's very good, Wise Hammer. It's very well written, but far too political. We considered provocative.
You don't want me to say it.
Not tonight. But two meetings later.
I could tone it down. I could admit we left our country for our country's good.
That's
the first line?
You'd be wrong to cut. It works so hard.
It rhymes.
Will you sit in the sideway theatre?
You will get much praise as praise.
It's not the same as writing.
Wise hammer, the picture is like a small republic. Requires private sacrifice for the good of the whole. This is something we should agree with. Now, my fellow actors, I want to say what a pleasure it's been to work with you all. You're on your own tonight, and you must do your utmost to provide that large audience out there with a pleasurable, intelligible, and memorable evening.
We'll try our best, Lieutenant R.
I love it.
Ascot?
You walk 3 steps ahead of me. Stumble once and you know what will happen later.
You're on!
Howard, Howard! If any gentlemen soldiers or others have mind to serve Her Majesty and pull down the French King, if any apprentices have severe masters, any children, undutiful parents, or any children, undutiful parents, or any husband too much wife, then let them repair to the noble sergeant's height, at the side of the river, in this good town of Shrewsbury, and they shall receive present relief and entertainment.
Left to be dwelled, vultures